Hi, this is Jeff Gray with Arlington Computer Products, ACP Creative IT. I'm here to give a demo on data-driven server deployment automation with HP OneView. OneView offers an easy-to-use web interface that combines monitoring, fabric management, server configuration, and firmware updates all in one console. It also exposes its entire functionality and object model via REST, which allows it to be controlled by external applications. The method of deploying a blade infrastructure is unique to each environment, but typically involves a design phase followed by a manual configuration process. In this demo, I'll show how design data can be read from a database and pushed to OneView directly, bypassing the manual configuration step. The components that I'm using in this demo consist of the OneView appliance, C7000 chassis, and 3-part disk array. There's also a pair of fiber channel switches and Brocade network advisor. To this typical environment, I've added a SQL server. It contains records about how I'd like servers to be deployed. Interfacing with the OneView REST API is handled by a PowerShell script, which is called by passing data from the SQL database. Let's head over to SQL Server now. Here you'll see my SQL Management Studio displaying the contents of a configuration table. It's got a server name, boot volume name prefix, enclosure and bay assignment, startup power state, and a flag for the deployment status. The record with N for the deployment status is the one that we're going to read from the database, and we'll use that data to deploy onto a server blade. Let's take a look at the server profiles in OneView, and we'll see the 3 servers that have already been deployed matching up with the records in the SQL table. Back in SQL, the process to deploy the server is kicked off by running a stored procedure which reads data for servers pending deployment, passing that to the PowerShell script. Switching back to OneView, we'll see in just a moment or two a brand new server profile created based on the data that we pulled from the SQL table. It takes a bit for OneView to complete the process. While we're waiting, we'll switch to the volumes display and see that our boot volume has been created and attached to the server profile. We'll switch back to the server profiles and select our new server. We'll open up the activity details, and we'll see activities related to the deployment of the profile onto the server hardware. These messages will continue until the process has completed. We'll take a look in the 3-part SSMC and observe that the boot volume has been created. It's also automatically created a host record with the WWNs already assigned. We won't see a green status here until the HBAs have logged into the fabric, but we're not going to wait for that. Now we'll look at Brocade Network Advisor and take a peek at the fabric. We'll see that, well, there's nothing there yet, so we must have caught it right in the middle. Quick refresh, and we'll see that a brand new zone has been created. It's also been added to the zone set, and the zone set has been activated on the fabric. Back in SQL Server, we'll see that the stored procedure is completed. We'll take a look at the table, and the deployment record for the server we just deployed has now been set. Back in OneView, we'll observe that the activities have all completed with the green status, and we'll pop open the profile again, and all the indications are that it was successful. Now we'll pop open the ILO and see what we've done. While the server boots, let's talk for a moment about what just happened here. And yes, I've accelerated the video to make it go a little quicker. To recap, we've read data from a SQL database and used that data to automate the deployment of an ESX server. This database could have been a CMDB or other design repository, perhaps even an Excel spreadsheet. We've used this data to create a volume in the 3-part storage array, and we've made that volume bootable. Plus, we've managed to automate the fabric zoning, which is completed precisely and repeatably every time. These steps are normally manual processes, often carried out by teams in different departments, sometimes in different campuses, and often in geographically separated areas across multiple time zones. All of these things can contribute to a significant loss of time. Time lost due to troubleshooting human error, and time lost by the inefficient orchestration of efforts by different teams. Automation of server deployment in your data center is something I think you should consider, and I believe that I've demonstrated that it can be done easily using HP OneView. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, or if you're ready to implement this in your environment and need some help, please feel free to contact me at the address listed on the screen. Thanks.